Hey, Assalamu alaikum everyone, and welcome to today's Bitcoin update for Thursday, 4th of August. It's amazing, it's incredible, right? They changed the transaction or whatever. And there are three things that I want to talk about. And today we got so many things on the list once again to talk for the altcoins as well, from Ethereum to JASMY. And we're going to get into that one a little bit slowly, okay? So I'm excited about this one and I want to jump straight into it. Today is Thursday, and we do know that Thursdays are pumpy Thursdays, okay? So you might see a little bit of a green candle on the Thursday and Friday until we don't get into Saturday and Sunday, and then get the red out of the way. Now, there are things to talk about in this video that is really important and tells me that Bitcoin can be in a trouble, okay? And I'm really pissed off, kind of. I want Bitcoin to go up, but I think it's not going to go up. And then again, it goes up and then it comes down. But still, that's not the kind of trade that I like. There are certain things that I'm really looking forward to for Bitcoin at this point of time. And um, that is if Bitcoin is interested to actually go down. And if Bitcoin can go down, maybe this is your top. Maybe 24,660 is your top at the moment, local top, not all-time high, but the local high right now. And the only reason you might pump, and I've said this one before, is because of USDT, dominance of USD Tether. Okay, you do have Tether coming down. There's a technical target for Tether to come down to 5.64 percent at the moment. Okay, so I think this is my take right now at the moment. It's like you're making this trend line and Bitcoin is making that trend line. So it's like a channel to the downside, right? So from this channel right now, we're looking to just probably start to flip down from this place and come down to this line to 5.55. That's where I might even say that Bitcoin is interested to actually move back up to that line. And you can see if Bitcoin just comes down like this and then moves up, comes down, move up, you are going to be putting in a rising wedge, and you're going to be breaking down of the rising wedge and coming down to $19,509. Do you get the point? Now, there are three EMAs that actually bothers me for Bitcoin on three different time frame as well. All right. So if I do remove all this bullshit out of the way and let's get into the real talk and real business, the number one EMA that I want to talk about starts from the daily. Okay. The 55 has acted like the biggest villain, a crocodile that is actually eating the prices and is not even letting Bitcoin actually go through that thing. Okay, it's not letting go Bitcoin go through that thing. You have that 55 EMA coming in, you have the 10 and the 20 making the squeeze, and you are gonna pop. You are gonna pop somehow, okay? Either to the upside or you're gonna pop really badly to the downside, okay? So it's diamond under pressure right now. It's just like a coal under pressure. And when you actually take the charcoal and put them under the great burning fire and under great pressure, you make diamonds. And if you don't make diamonds and pop to the upside, then you're actually going to crumble and turn into dust. Simple. So the thing is, what are you going to do? We might be coming in with the 20, the 10, and the 55. The price keeps compressing and finally, maybe by 9th of August. 9th of August is my best guess that you're going to get the direction that you really want to see, okay? Either to push to the upside, go up, make a bull cross, and you start a huge rally to go up. But that doesn't actually, that's not still in, good enough. It's not evidential enough for me to say, yeah, bull run is going to start, man, and this and that. Because remember, let's take the charts as they are. Let's dive into the second number EMA, and that is the 10 EMA. Okay, right now Bitcoin is printing a red candle next to a green candle, and you have an EMA force right there. So that's a huge, bad sign right there. And yet, of course, you do have 3 more days to close this candle. If you do close this candle like this, up to $25,000 in the next 3 days, then you're looking for Bitcoin to pull up to $28,000 and 28,300 and perhaps even 30,000. So where does 30,000 comes from? Why do I say 30,000 or 31,000 if you're going to be coming up here to $25,000? That's where the EMA number 3 actually comes in, and that's the monthly EMA. So let's go into the BLX right now, and I want to show you what BLX looks like at the moment. So you see Bitcoin right now on a monthly time frame just retested the 55 on the monthly. You've already made this bearish cross, and actually if you look at it that way, on a monthly the bear cross actually just started. Okay? It actually started. And then you have these three red candles back to back, which is a continuation pattern to move lower. And if you're not going to manage to break 25K, you're also not managing to break the 55 on the monthly. And if you're not breaking the 55 on the monthly, that's where the effect of these three black crows is going to take place. And I do expect a dump. Let me be honest with you. I do expect a dump, and I've said this in the previous video, be it this month, be it next month. I really expect Bitcoin to fall unless you're not really breaking this 55. If you break the 55, that's where you're going to go back to visit even 33K and 33,492, and even maybe retest the trend line at $37,000, which is a trend line that you haven't retested after breaking it out, which is going to be this 11 years old trend line that you had. Okay, so the touch here, the second touch right there, you had the touch here and then the touch right there, so you broke it out and then you go back for the retest, nothing else. And you might end up still being bearish, and you might end up still being bearish because that's just a retest, get rejected, go down, and this three black cross could still be in effect, because the only way to break the three black cross is to actually come to the highest part of it and break it out, which is going to be $48,000. So any day that Bitcoin goes to $48,000, that's amazing. That's where I think the bull run is going to start for good. And that's it for today's update on Bitcoin. So let's move on to the next one. It's going to be Ethereum. All right, so here we are with Ethereum, guys, and let's dive into the monthly time frame quickly for Ethereum. So you do have three black cross, the same pattern that Bitcoin is dampening out, and you're about to make this 10 and the 20 EMA crossover. So the question really is this month going to be amazing, and then you pump to the upside to go to $2,500? There's a technical target for Ethereum to go to $2,500. If you do so, that would be amazing to go up here, and that means Bitcoin could have actually even moved to 33,000 or 30,000 as well. You could even see Bitcoin moving up there, so that Ethereum can move up to this place as well, because we do know that all the altcoins, including Ethereum, is going to actually move to that particular price level. So let me actually just dive into the daily, and let's talk about the daily, right? So it's been 2 days. You've been holding at this level like a boss. So the last time you crossed this level, went up, came down, and you're back testing things, and that's really good. That's pretty good. Today's Thursday. We can expect a little bit of a pumps to the upside as well. Now the thing is, if you do come down and take 1552, okay, which is going to be a drop from 1624 to back to that level, which is going to be a 4% drop to the downside, then I reckon you're really looking for a deep correction down to these levels. Maybe perhaps you might make a very big correction to the downside, and you want to be careful, because on a weekly time frame, let me tell you one thing. On a weekly time frame, you don't want to end up looking like this. You don't want to end with a red candlestick like that. Of course it can change, and if you do end up in a red candlestick, it's going to be bearish sign, unless you don't come up and break the highest part of that bearish level, which is going to be 1679. You break it out, and then you're good to go on a weekly time frame, right? And that's it for today's update on Ethereum. The technical target still remains $2,500 somehow, which can take time before it actually moves. Or you can even just make, sideways movement, make a bull flag, break the bull flag, and then go to the highest part of it. And that's it for today's update on Ethereum. Let's move on to the next coin, which is going to be Solana right now. Righty, so continuing on with Solana, $39.19, right? So let's dive into the daily time frame. And finally, Solana making it that three black cross at the moment, and you are sitting right at the support level. Okay, so this is your nice, amazing looking support right there. And the question mark is, are you about to lose this support? And if you lose that support, guys, then you're coming down to $28.30. You haven't really actually lost the trend line just yet, but you're on the verge to lose the trend line. Okay, you really are about to lose the trend. I'm just gonna actually extend this a little bit. No, but I just like the previous one. So what you don't want to see here is a break to the downside and go for the retest, fail the retest, and then you're going to be moving down to $28.09. Simple put. And actually, there's a double top as well. So first top here, second top, and if you do come down and break the neckline there, so let's talk about the double top technical target, which is going to be from there to there, and we're going to be looking for a drop down here to again $28. Okay, so on two different things, the ascending triangle technical target to the downside is going to be $28, and the double top technical target again is going to be on the $28 as well. So that's it for this Solana update. Let's move on to the next one, which is XRP. Now XRP, I do kind of like how XRP is looking at the moment. It's down at 3707 right now, but what I'm going to say is that XRP is still looking good, at least for now, looking amazing, because what I can say is that it's going to be a very, very pretty simple, straightforward talk right now. So you do have this touch right now, right? The first touch right there, the second touch right over here, the third touch right over there, and then you moved to the upside, and then you came down for the retest. Now you can see that this retest, you do have a bullish spinning top as well, right at the support now, which was previous resistance there, and you're bouncing off this area. So it does make sense to put a stop loss down here, 3625 nearly, and then if you do come down and take that level, then that's going to be bad, because you're going to actually lose the trend line, and you're looking to move maybe to the next trend line. Who knows, there could be another trend line in the making, maybe this level here. You can actually come down again to 0.3535, bounce off this area and move up. But my take is that you probably could be looking to hold the retest, and then you bounce off the retest and you're good to go to 0.4482 as a technical target, which was never really met. So let's see, hoping for the best, finger crossed right now. I just want to see how the 4-hour time frame also looks like. So yep, you're just bouncing off this area. So far, you're just holding this level. You're holding the level here. So previously, you were holding the same level and you push to the upside. Right now, again, you might hold the same level and then suddenly push to the upside as well. So that's it for this XRP comment. Now let's move on to the SOP. Righty, trouble is still upon us. We are not even trouble. This is just mystery. This is suspense, right? This is nothing more than anything else. Now, there's one thing I want to talk about. I'm not gonna repeat this again and again, because this is just getting boring and boring, because you're not even breaking the neckline to continue higher. It's just keeping you on a suspense. And just because you have inverse head and shoulder, never ever trade when something is not really breaking to the upside, because you really need something to break as the number one rule. You want to break number one rule. The second rule is come for the retest and you just take the entry. You just don't have any other choice left. Now the thing is, you're not doing that, and that's the issue. You're really not doing that thing. And when you're not doing that thing, then that's really bad. That's really sad as well. Okay. And what I want to say is that I might show you courtesy a called coin CTSI. Okay. And this had an inverse head and shoulder as well, but the problem is this inverse head and shoulder, I'm going to show you, right? So that was your left shoulder, the head, and then you had the right shoulder. Same thing as SOP. But what happened is you broke to the downside. You didn't do like what was expected, like come up and break the neckline and move higher. You didn't do that, okay? People get confirmation bias thinking that, oh, it's an inverse head and shoulder, so I should just automatically take an entry. And that's why I say breaking out is important. But what did you do instead? You came to the apex, end of the apex, boom, break to the downside. And now you're still looking to continue for another downtrend again. Who knows, okay? So that's the same thing with SOP that you have to look forward to. And that's something that I'm going to warn you about, okay? Even in here, you actually moved to the sideways and then you broke to the downside. You just went for the retest and you're probably getting rejected, and you're still looking for that weekend dump in the future, probably. So that's it for today's SOP update, guys. Let's move on to the next one, which is going to be Doge. It's been a while. I haven't talked about Doge. Righty, so let's talk about Doge. Inverse head and shoulder, your left shoulder there, the head here, you probably have the right shoulder, but the problem is, again, with Dogecoin is that you must come up and break that particular resistance at the moment. If you're not going to break that resistance, then this inverse head and shoulder is not good, okay? It's not going to do you any good. So this is going to be your next technical target out of an inverse head and shoulder. So the left shoulder, the head here, that was your right shoulder, and you might have been looking to come up to this level, which is going to be 8.1 or 8.6 level, but you're not really doing that. Instead, at the moment, you are actually rolling to the downside, and if things get worse, then you might be looking for a deeper correction. So from bottom here to the top, we might be talking about retracing to the golden ratio, which you actually did previously. You actually did retrace down there, but if you start to lose the golden ratio, then you might make a deeper retracement down to 0.05273 for a big, huge reversal wave. So come down, lose the 0.618, and go to the 1.618. So that's it for this dodge. Let's talk about the next one, which is going to be MATIC. Right. Amazing. So MATIC has a pending target which is really overdue, and that is to the downside here at this level. So previously the same fib retracement that I talked about, MATIC is down to 0.5836. The problem with MATIC is that you're really overextended right here. That's the problem. You see, when you really are overextended, you are looking to cool down. Okay, you must somehow somewhere cool the hell down, because you don't want to keep moving to the upside forever. And correction in the markets are really healthy. Okay, you need correction to move higher. The red candles are fuel for the green candles. Anytime we move down the red, they actually make the green to pump. Okay, so embrace the reds when they happen, because that's what really makes the green. Okay, so that's the ingredient and the secret recipe for the green candles. And right now you really have a lot of greens, and you really are screaming for some red at the moment. Okay, now I'm not saying that you cannot be bullish and suddenly try to move higher. You can definitely do that, but my take about it is that keep in mind, now that you're coming and losing the 0.382, you might be coming down to zero point 0.5 and perhaps to 0.618, which is the golden ratio. Make a little bit of bounce here again, and then lose the 0.8241 and go for that huge drop, huge retracement, perhaps in the weekends, and come down to 0.5836. That's where you could actually find the next technical target to be. And that's it for this quick update on MATIC. Let's move on to the next one, which is going to be SHIB. All right, guys, SHIB has been lingering right now at this point of time for a very long time here. So you do have inverse head and shoulder, but I think, in my opinion, it's a flop now. But a technical target still remains at 1484 if you end up taking the inverse head and shoulder as well. So what I wanted to say is that there's this trend line, unfortunately for SHIB, that I just noticed you actually lost previously. Just look at that, okay? That's the trend line that you lost. So you were building up the right shoulder, went up, made a fake out, went up, made a fake out, and then you finally came, and then there was a price squeezing between these levels. It's like a sort of a little bit of a ascending triangle, but unfortunately it broke to the downside, and now you went up for the retest and you're getting rejected here. So that inverse head and shoulder might have come to an end. That might have been cancelled right now, and what you're looking forward to is a retracement perhaps. But nonetheless, if you do end up coming up here and breaking this level, that's really good. That's what you want to see. But if you're not doing that, then that's really bad. Okay, that's going to be bad. Today's Thursday. There could be a hope a little bit for a pump here and there, but you never know. Okay, so right now that's the only comment I have. You must come up and break the neckline and continue to the upside as well. All right, so we're going to move on to the next one, which is going to be Polkadot. And I'm looking at Polkadot, Polk dot, and you're doing amazing for Polkadot at the moment. We just have to be careful about Bitcoin right now. And Polkadot is on a technical target to go to $9.77, and then you went to the downside here, went up, came down, went up, came down. This is perhaps a descending broadening wedge that you broke out of with authority, came down for the retest, holding the retest, and you're looking to actually pump to $9.77. Now, keep in mind, I'm against the pump if you actually do come down here and take out this level, which is actually going to be $7.63. So if you're going to actually take out $7.63, you're looking for perhaps to go back down. But what I'm going to say is that, it's not even a line. That hear me out. 7.6 is a stop loss that gives you a hint that things are going to get more worse. But you still need a little bit of a more check about Polkadot, okay? At the moment, it's super positive, pretty amazing. I get it. But it's gonna be really bad and a shame if you end up making a fake out and don't move to the upside but fall back to this line which is now support and which can turn into resistance. So you go to 7.11, come up here, get rejected, and then you're gonna be dropping down again to this price level, which is gonna be 5.68 or $5.77 as well. So be careful on that at that point. And that's it for this quick update on DOT. Let's move on to the next one, which is gonna be Cardano. Alrighty, what's going on? And Cardano right here, we can see Cardano is still on a technical journey to go to $2.3, which was never really met. So the quick thing about it is that you went up, came down like this, moved sideways, and the break was to the upside, right? And when you broke to the upside, guys, you're looking for this technical target from there to there, and that's actually going to take you from wherever you broke out. 2.3 is on the cards. How you're going to meet that, I don't know. Maybe today you might end up making that big, huge green candle, or tomorrow you might end up meeting the target, as Thursdays and Fridays are actually cool. And then from here, you actually start to retrace to the downside once again. So that's it for this quick Cardano one. Let's move on to the last one, I guess. It's going to be JASMY. Jazz. Oh no, the spelling is wrong. Oh, you gotta slow down. Right, let's talk about JASMY for today now. Right, so you're doing pretty good for JASMY right now. There's like some hopes for JASMY to actually go up here to this level, to that trend line, which is gonna be 11193. Break the 11193, and you're good to go to the upside. Okay. I just wanted to talk about in this update today for JASMY really quickly, and that's gonna be that number one, you do have an evening star, and that's important to break. Okay, so that's the evening star right there. So I do reckon if you start to break this level, that's going to be really, really amazing. But also at the same time, you might end up making this squeeze right here for an ascending triangle as well. So let's see. You're going to have a decision until 10th of August. So who knows? This can actually be the start of the rising, and then you break to the upside, break this level, and then you start to move up to that particular price level. But keep in mind, you don't actually start to roll down and lose this level break and start to lose it, and then you're going to be going to the downside as well. So what are you going to do here is a suspense, is a big question mark, and the big question mark still remains because you do have the effect of the evening star right here. So nonetheless, that's actually a reversal candle, and you might end up still rolling to the downside at the moment. Okay, based on the candlestick reading, that's really bad. And that's it for today's update on Bitcoin and altcoin party as well, and I'm going to see you the next one. Hello.